Hello, my name is Jubal, and today I want to talk to you guys about the riot that happened in LA. So, I want to give you my honest opinion about it and my honest thoughts about it. So, here we go. So, throughout the past almost 5 days now, I see how they just torn the city a little bit, which it all started of the raiding of that little mom and pop shop in downtown, which everybody was throwing rocks and other blunt force weapons as used around that area. And at first time I'm like, because we all hearing about the deportation and raiding of each people. And I feel terribly sorry about it. I hear many cases about it. I hear about it. And I've seen in front of my eyes, but I know the feeling of being scared, being fearful. But all we have to do is the same. We fight back. We should all be united and fight the government, which is Washington D.C. is the White House. And the reason I say this because they're the ones who are in charge, and they're the ones who made the orders spread out. They're all over the country with these laws. And I remember that the second day in which everybody heard that the fighting started, and some of them, I don't know how these people kept these fireworks and shit. How they bought them, probably the illegal fireworks they bought from, or they kept it from years, from those TNT stands, whenever 4th of July comes. So yeah, I was seeing that it got so bad throughout the 2 or 3 days that the president deployed the Marines. And I was kind of shocked, about it. That the Marines, that their mission was to protect the 2 federal buildings. Which, in my opinion, why would you do that? And before they deploy the Marines, they deploy the National Guard, but they're using rubber bullets. And I see that, shooting at the people. And also, between those 2 to 4 days, they were started looting. And it's kind of funny, like, how could this riot or this protest lead to a riot? So now you start looting their own mom and pop shops around Los Angeles City. And the funny thing is, they're not even raiding their fucking libraries, or one of the most popular libraries, the Los Angeles Public Library. To me, that's funny. And I know there's some reason why, because you cannot make money off from the black market or from their smuggling. Like, I'm not a criminal, but books are a good way to raid too. Why? Not because of their knowledge. It's because you could sneak in drugs and sneak in dirty money, but they don't raid it. So I'm surprised. I was looking at the videos, people making that huge point, how come they don't raid, or they raided or looted the bookstores. You know, I don't see that. So, and another thing is that they're waving their flags around the city in Mexico because it's supposed to be patriotic and shit. And they destroyed like 2 self-driving cars between the bridge I was seeing. Now it's gonna become an iconic photo in the next decade or so about when LA finally rebelled again years later after the first LA riots. And I say is that why are you waving your Mexican flag? Not to sound white, but why? You know, I know I may get hate or so from this, but to me that doesn't make sense. You know, that is it. All this was a part of California was a part of Mexico in the 1850s before the U.S. took over and claimed it now their territory now. And to me, like, true, but why are you guys raiding, talking about the protesters raiding all the stores around LA, which some of you guys go to, including the most famous place in LA, Little Tokyo? Like, what is going on out here? You know what I'm saying? So, it doesn't make sense to me. And it doesn't make sense to anybody out there. You know, because I thought we were protesting peacefully. Not to the point where violence has come in play. And now they're even hurting the police. This is turning out to be the Black Panther versus the FBI type of situation, where the FBI used to raid homes to find that leader, Fred Hamilton, and shit at night, until his own homie told him the blueprint of where his house is and his wife is, and then he killed him. Which, if you've seen the documentary, The Black Messiah, Judas the Black Messiah, I recommend watching it. You know, in my opinion. So this is what the situation is turning out with these ICE raids and deportations happening left and right. You know? So I do completely get that. So, and I do understand how Earth is playing out, but don't destroy the mom and pop shops. Like, come on, it's common sense. If you want, what's it called? If you want to protest peacefully, you know, and I still don't get that to this very single day. I still don't. But we just, all I know is just we got let's stop this whole mess shit instead of dividing ourselves out with these other people and focus on the main government or the Congress who is allowing these things flying throughout the whole country. I know people are saying, oh, they're prepared for a civil war that's going to happen. And maybe this is the final straw that broke the camel's back, where now it's going to happen like that. And I do see it happening, you know. So all I'm just saying is we have to stop. We have to. You know? But opinions are opinions. So nothing's gonna change at all. Unless one person does it in a rebellious way, people will go with the flow. And it will turn out like that. Until then, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. So yeah. That's about it. And my name is Jubo. See ya.